Welcome to Super Fun Happy Jamboree, Pilgrim. There's this guy named John Wayne a couple of years back. He's a Pilgrim a lot in his movies. In his movies, I don't enjoy many of them. I'm just going to be honest. And I'm in film school, so I should, but I don't. And I have found that they're far more entertaining if when you're watching John Wayne perform, you wait until he says a certain line, da 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 da, and then you follow it with Pilgrim every time John Wayne says anything. Now, this does drive relatives a little bit crazy. My dad can't stand being in the same room with me when I'm watching a John Wayne movie, or actually it's usually him watching a John Wayne movie and can't stand me being in the room when he's watching a John Wayne movie. But, that's neither here nor there. Anyways, I'm here to talk to you today about World War II. All right? There were these people called the Axis powers, that's Germany and Japan, and there were these other people called the Allied powers, that's US, Great Britain, and Russia. Soviet Union is who they were called at the time. So these powers, they were fighting, okay? And the Allied powers, side that the US was on, said, we are demanding unconditional surrender from you Axis powers, that is, Germany and Japan. Now, what does unconditional surrender mean? That means absolutely positively, you surrender, you don't get any say in it. If we say you guys have to, eat poop on a stick, that's what you have to do. You have to eat poop on a stick because you surrendered unconditionally. Now, the reason why we did that was because if we didn't say unconditional surrender, then there'd have probably been some nice little treaty, and Adolf Hitler would have gone in hiding for a little while, built up his armies again, and then conquered the world when he had a nuclear weapon developed or something like that. So, we demanded unconditional surrender, and we got it, although it took a whole lot of fighting to get there. Why am I talking about unconditional surrender? Because it's actually important that we adopt that principle into our own spiritual lives. How so? Adam, please tell us. We would love to know. Well, I got some notes down here, and that's down here. Yeah. Don't look. Don't move the camera. Actually, I control the camera, so you can't move the camera. Anyway, so unconditional surrender. Here's a little thing that King David says. It's from Psalm chapter 18, verse 37 through 39. David says, I pursued my enemies and overtook them and did not turn back till they were consumed. I thrust them through so that they were not able to rise. They fell under my feet. And he's talking to God. For you equipped me with strength for the battle. You made those who rise against me sink under me. All right. So here's King David. He's talking about, I killed them. I killed them so badly, they couldn't get back up. Now, we see this in King David's life because what does he do to Goliath after he hits him in the head with a stone that probably fractured his skull? Oh, he chops off his head just to make sure that the giant is dead. And that's a lesson that we need to take into our lives. The giant has to be killed. Now, what is this giant that you speak of, Adam? Is he outside? I shall slay the beast. No. That giant is inside. And it's called indwelling sin. Indwelling sin, what is that? It's a theological term. Indwelling sin is sin that dwells, lives, stays inside of us. And we have to declare war on it, to kill it. Now, there's all sorts of practical applications that we can get into later about how do you kill that sin. But it's something that we have to determine, first of all, that we're going to kill that sin. All right? It has to die. We can't let it stay in us. And remember, kids, the bigger the Bible, the more righteous the individual. That's all for today.